Hey guys, we're here with Nollywood's finest, and I dare to say Hollywood's finest, Jimmy Odukoya, OWs as an actor and a pastor, and has recently been starred in the Woman King movie as Oba. It's good to have you here, Jimmy.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's start with the challenges you faced being on the set. Every project comes with its own challenges. So what challenges did you face being on the set, and how did you rise to it?
Challenges. That's a good one. I'm thinking about that. Well, maybe it was just, as far as work was concerned, I really didn't, I wouldn't say have any challenges. I mean, maybe being away from home for a long time.
Okay.
But as far as work-wise, it was quite great to be in a system where everything was working. I mean, a few hiccups here and there, but nothing that I felt was a bit of a struggle for me. No. So.
Oh, interesting. So last year, I had the opportunity to speak with Oti Fagbele, that's a Nigerian British actor. And we're talking about the underrepresentation of Black actors in Hollywood. And then he said something I found really interesting. He said he didn't think there was an underrepresentation of Black actors in Hollywood because he's had, a great time in Hollywood. However, he thinks the underrepresentation is behind the camera. And so he said we need to have more Black producers, more Black directors, writers, So what do you make of this, and what was the reception like in Hollywood as a Black Nigerian actor?
I definitely agree. I feel like the reality of the situation is, if we're going to play on the global scale, we definitely have to be more intentional about telling our stories and even the quality of our work. One thing I did realize was I found it interesting that we were telling an African story, and I would expect that they would come to the biggest, as far as Africa is concerned, entertainment with this Nollywood market, and that would be where they would be looking. But I realized that that's not the case. And so basically it's up to us to be the custodians of our own story and create those structures and create the quality of work that gets the attention, so it's a value exchange. My experience coming on the set, because again, I guess it was an African story, it was great, just working alongside the talented cast I did, it was quite an experience. I felt very welcomed, and I felt like I was listened to, because again, I had the opportunity to play a character that was a Yoruba man, and so I brought that authenticity, even as far as changing the character's name and my influence of wardrobe, so it was great.
Amazing. Okay, that takes me to the next question. So we're beginning to see a shift in the genre of movies we do in Nollywood, and which is quite interesting. But then people are really concerned, and I would like to put it to you. Do you think the Nigerian market is ready for such shift in our storylines and the stories that we're beginning to tell now?
I think a lot of time the Nigerian market is grossly underestimated, and they just think that the only thing that the Nigerian market is good for is slapstick comedy. And I think that is literally underrating the intelligence and the creativity and the scope of the Nigerian market. Nigeria is such a diverse country, and we have such unique experiences that allows us the bandwidth to ingest any kind of information as well as entertainment. So I think that kudos on the producers or to the structures that are telling more diverse stories, because most of our history, even just Nigerian history alone in itself, is a complicated plot as far as story is concerned. So I definitely do support it, and I think that it opens up, even from the creative perspective, for actors and entertainers to show a different level of skill when it comes to acting.
Interesting. So finally, what is the moral or historic lesson what could pick from this movie?
I think what I would want people to pick from it is just really curiosity. To realize, pick your interest, to go and study and see the rich heritage of a culture, West African culture. I mean, the Oyo Empire, which is the Abel Kuta, the Egba people, all of that was very entwined with the Dahomey. And so understanding the significance of Oluma Rock to Dahomey, how they conquered the Dahomey, all these things, I want people to be curious, to go and study and to see that we come from a rich heritage, and everything that we see today, that sometimes think comes from the West. Actually, it was the other way around. We've influenced so much in culture and creativity and beauty, and just taking that pride and to understand the people that we are and our heritage and culture.
Great. right, and that's a wrap for us today. Thank you so much, Jimmy.
Thank
I
you
hope
for
you
having
take
me.
so much of your
No,
time.
no, not at all. Thank you for having me.
Great.